Who'd I get? And someone has to have got by now. Alright. Statistically, one person should have been. I don't know the statistics about it though, but someone should have gotten scared by now. One would hope. I would hope. Alright, let me switch on over to the right. Alright, hello, how's it going, everyone? Currently, okay, I'll be honest, I completely forgot to draw the thumbnail for this stream. So I'm going to be doing that right now. And while I do that, I'm going to be figuring, I have like a dirty spot on my monitor. Anyway, I'm going to be figuring out what project am I going to be doing next, right? Because I finished the project that I was working on. I finished it yesterday. Alright, so that'll be out on Saturday. I guess Sunday, depending on where you are. But it's gonna be coming out, right? And alright. It's going to be, you know, popping into existence at some point, right? And I think it's a pretty good one. It's going to be a short. I only showed part of it because I only showed the bathroom part of it. That sounds really weird, but I showed only the bathroom part of it. It was actually a lot shorter than I thought it would be, because this project only took how long did it take? Because I was doing the scheduling out, because if I don't have schedules, I'm not gonna make the deadlines. Yeah, I was going to finish it by this Saturday, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, we're working. So I finished it yesterday. Alright. It was a lot shorter than the previous one, because I think the previous project took maybe 2 weeks, a week and a half, and this one took about a week. So it was a lot shorter. But now it leaves me with a hole to fill in my schedule, because what am I gonna be doing? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's why we're here. I was thinking about, I'm going to be probably writing over this what do you call this project after I drew the thumbnail. I guess we gotta finish the thumbnail first. So this might look like a fucked up goat, but I'm fairly certain maybe it's a cat. Somehow. Should I draw the... Does that make it worse? No, I think that makes it look better. But I was going to be figuring out, after we finish drawing this, I'm going to be doodling all over the side bits to figure out what kind of project. Actually, we can start doing that now. Notes. Thoughts. Plus ideas. Right. Because I still want to do more of the mix of 3D and 2D stuff, because I thought it was pretty fun to do. But the question is, like, how would I implement that, right? Because I would need to A, model things out, and then how do I wait? What sentence am I trying from? A, I would have to figure out what to model things out, and B, I would need to draw things and draw things out. Or figure out what to draw and then draw them out. At some point, we're probably going to, by we're, I mean me, I'm probably going to end up making something pretty complex. But at the moment, it hasn't been it's been time consuming in a way, but it hasn't been like the most time consuming thing. Because I've still had time to play Digimon. Right, which reminds me, I didn't realize there's a Digimon animated series that came out in 2020. They like rebooted it or something, and I didn't realize because I would only watch I watched the original one, but I didn't realize there was a new one. So I like took a little gander on Crunchyroll for the first time in a while, and I was like, oh shit, Digimon, this exists. So I don't know if I'll be watching that though. Maybe. But in terms of ideas, I was actually thinking, what if we took audio from previous streams and just like made like a little animation animatic thing? Because I think that would be pretty fun. So let me write that down. Take audio from previous streams, and then I guess arrow to make 2D/3D animation. Alright. Because I think that'd be a good idea. And there's like a lot of streams I could take from. And then I could also turn it into shorts, because the new thing that's coming out is actually going to be a short as well. And then I'm going to, for the next one, I wanna work on it, like, to make it, like, how do I say this? I wanna work on it in a way that makes it seem like the environment is actually good looking. Because I know with the previous ones, like for instance the ending screen, the chair doesn't look as good as it could be, because it doesn't look as good as pretty much anything else. And I think the same goes for the trash bin in the new animation that's coming out on Saturday. But I don't know, we're just gonna have to work on it, because we'll have to figure out, well, I'll have to figure out what sort of animation I'm going to be making next, and then from there I'll be sorting it out, and then hopefully it'll turn out to be alright. I just need to actually go back into previous streams and pick some audio. I don't know. It's not difficult, it's just time consuming. And then also there's, actually, you know what, I should write memorable times. No, wait, actually, that one can't be. There's a time when I talked about cannibalism as if it was string cheese, and that one probably shouldn't be animated. What else? There's a button in the bathroom, or in the toilet story, and I did make a public restroom recently. Oh no. What? I don't know, we'll have to think about that one. In the meantime, actually, I want to draw, with this guy, I want to draw like little thunderbolts coming out of his brain. How do you draw that? That looks like Thunderbolt-ish. I remember watching the Bolt movie, the Disney Bolt movie, a ton when I was a kid. And I always associate that movie with brownies, because whenever we watched that, whenever my brother and I would watch that movie, for some reason, my mom would always make brownies, or there would always just be like hot brownies available during those times. So I would just be like noshing on these nice brownies when I would be watching the Bolt movie. And so now I just like, whenever I see Bolt, I just like get this weird like fragrance or aroma of brownie. And it'd be like really good brownies too, because it was like the Ghirardelli type brownies. It was like 2 eggs, 2 packets of brownie mix, some oil, some water, or something like that. But like they're good. They're really good. You know what? I should get a pack of them and just make some. But actually, do I even have a? I think I have a pan to make 1 thing of brownies, but that's about it. I do have cookie trays though. The thing about it though is, unless you're planning on like living in a, because I tend to switch out due to college. I tend to switch out the place that I live every year or so. I actually got moved from one apartment to another in the beginning, or towards the end of one of my semesters in the middle of the year, because of mold issues, which wasn't my fault, right? Obviously, but they just like kicked us out, and it was kind of funny in one of the worst ways, because I was sick at the time when they kicked us out, and it was like a week before finals, and I had to move everything from one building to another. I'm just like, this isn't very fun, you know? I'm feeling like I'm like woozy. I'm like falling all over the place. It's not a good time. Right. And it was absurd, because when they emailed us and they're like, oh yeah, Chess and others, you're gonna have to move out like by the end of the week. Well, not even by the end of the week. I think it was like by that within like 3 days, or like, what was it? It was like you have to move out by the end of the week, but you're only able to get the keys in 5 days. So we only had 2 days to move in and move out, and it was kind of annoying. Cause like, what? Why are you being such a pain in the ass? So I emailed them about compensation, and they're just like, yeah, we don't do that. I'm just like, why? You kicked us out in the last week, right next to finals, because of something that's out of our control. And they're just like, yeah, well, we don't do compensation. I'm like, man, fuck that. That's so annoying. So what was I gonna say? Because I move so often, I feel like I can't have like a full stocked pantry, right? Which means like, because every time I buy food, if it's something that takes a while to use up, I'm inevitably gonna have to like lug that around, which is super annoying. But that means I probably shouldn't buy that. I shouldn't buy flour, which means I also can't make cookies. I also kind of left my hand mixer at home, so I really can't make cookies now. I don't even think I don't have a cooking spatula. You know what's funny is there's 2 tools called spatulas. You got like the iconic SpongeBob spatula that's like used to grill patties and shit, but you also have like the baking spatula, because nobody ever talks about the baking spatulas, but they're fucking useful, because like you scrape off around the sides of bowls and shit with it, and you like mix it. You like mix it by hand, not with a hand mixer. Because in the past, I was constantly confused, because the term hand mixer in my brain is just like, oh, it's just like a tool you hold so you can mix the thing. It's like a spatula. But no, a hand mixer is like a mini blender. And like the worst ones are just like the loud ones. Cause we used to have one that was like loud as hell until I got the new one. And that new one, oh my god, it's so fucking quiet and it's so nice. Cause it doesn't like yell across the entire house. And it's so nice. Maybe when I'm like not here, I'll make cookies. Maybe. That'd be fun. Probably can't do that on stream though. I don't have the equipment to do that. Also be like a hassle. Maybe in the future. Because I'm planning on living alone pretty soon. unless things get any more messy. The reason I say messy is because, like, sometimes life finds a way to be annoying. And oh boy. Oh boy, can life be annoying sometimes. Because, like, there's just some things that are out of your control, and you gotta, like, live with it. And that's, like, one of the worst parts, because when you're living with it, it's just like, well, now you know. This is how my life's been affected. And yeah, because I think I mentioned my car last stream. Listen, you can't control your car getting hit by someone. Like, how the fuck does that happen? It's like luck-based, you know? And honestly, if life was D&D, I would probably prefer, because I feel like you could increase dexterity and strength and what's the other one? Dexterity, strength, and endurance. Is endurance a D&D skill trait? I feel like it is. That's for hit points, right? Wait, I need to look this up now. D&D stats. No, wait. Do I have it? I have character sheets somewhere. Wherever it is. Was it? Which one was it? The complete version? Yeah, okay, so strength, dexterity. Oh no, it's constitution. There we go. It's not endurance, it's constitution. Alright, so we have strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Like, okay, I'm being honest, there's no luck stat, but like in a bunch of other video games, there's a luck stat, right? There's like the luck stat to increase your critical hits and all that junk. So like, I don't know, I feel like you can increase your strength, dexterity, and constitution for the most part, unless you have like something going on. You could probably increase them pretty well with difficulty, but you can still increase them, right? One of the things you can't increase though is luck, and I would just put all my shit in luck and just be like the weakest fucking small brain kid ever, and then just do my best to get smarter and get stronger so that it all evens out in the end. And then that way I can have a bunch of luck. And there's something wrong with my cup. I think something bit it. What happened? But it's like a little rat bite or something. What happened? This is my favorite cup that I took from my family. They didn't say anything against it. I mean, I kind of didn't tell them, but like they know that I have it now after I took it. But you know, great cup. Well, cup, mug. Like, what's the difference between a cup and a mug? I guess because a mug would be a cup, but a cup wouldn't necessarily be a mug, right? What do I have? What constitutes a mug though? What does is it like, does it need a handle? That's really weird to think about. Like, you have glasses that are usually made of glass. They're for like alcohol and stuff. And then you have mugs, which you normally associate with tea or coffee. And then you got like the fucking plastic cups and shit that are just like, that don't have any handles and could easily fall and stuff like that. And that's for like apple juice. Right? Whoa. Okay, here's a really weird question. But like, what would you put chocolate milk in? Right? Because I feel like you could put it, like, when you imagine a fluid and then try and match it to a specific type of cup, what would chocolate milk fall in it? Because it wouldn't be in a glass, right? But would it be in a mug, or would it be in just like one of those regular ass cups, right? That's a hard part. Would it be like? Because I can see like a kid like taking a mug with like a handle, like a ceramic mug, and be like, "Mother, Papa, can I have like a cup of chocolate milk?" Right? And it's like they have like their little handle so they don't drop it. But like normally for just like kids drinks, you don't put them in mugs though. You put them in like the little plastic cups. You put them in the disposable or the reusable plastic cups. You put them in like the sippy cups, right? But like putting chocolate milk in a sippy cup just feels wrong to me. Like, why would you do that? Why would you put milk? Why would you even put milk in a sippy cup? I don't understand. It's kind of, hi, it's me. We're talking about which kind of cup would you put chocolate milk into? Because like there's glasses. Chocolate milk does not belong into a glass cup. But like, would you put it in a mug or would you put it in a kid's cup? But if you put it in a kid's cup, it just feels weird because like, why would you? Because I've never seen chocolate milk in a kid's cup before. I've seen it in like those like the plastic rectangle packaging, right? But like, what? You put in a mug, right? But like a mug is usually designated for not kids drinks, I would imagine, right? Oh, that's weird. I've been having a back and forth. I feel like the insane person for talking about chocolate milk in different kinds of cups. But how's it going, Insane? Are you doing well? How's your day today? Hopefully doing well. Didn't you say you felt like you got hit by a truck? How does it feel to be isekai'd? What? Imagine I'm holding a microphone up to you right now. So how's it feel to be transported to a different world? You're on the sick side? Ugh. I'm just next to you on your deathbed. Just like, microphone shoved against your... Imagine if someone were to... Okay, imagine a crazy person, right, who's not me. A crazy person who's not me is just like witnessing, they're like a reporter, right? And they're witnessing this 18-wheeler just slam into someone, right? And the person gets sent like half a block down. They fall on their side, they roll a few times, blood spilling from them. And then this like crazed reporter guy goes up, holds out a microphone, leans over the person, puts the microphone in front of their mouth and goes, "How's it feel to be nearly isekai?" like I feel like you would confuse the person in their last moments of death. It's like, what would they even say? Would they say, "Get me an ambulance," or would they say, "It feels bad, bro"? Like, but how do you respond to that? I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, if I got hit by a truck and ooh, that was weird. I like bent my hand the wrong way and I just couldn't feel anything in that hand. Like in the tips of my fingers or the ends of my palm. That was weird. I don't want to do that again. I should just cut off the hand. Not that it feels bad, bro. But like, if someone did that to me, it's like, oh shit, I got hit by a car, you know, I'm just like bleeding, I'm like crawling towards the sidewalk so I don't get hit by another car, and then this one person comes over with a microphone, like people with video cameras crowd me all around, I'm just like asking for help, and they're just like, "So random stranger, how does it feel to be dying on the side of the road because of a mundane accident?" I would just like look at them, and I would probably like... and I mean this in probably the worst way possible, because that if someone did that, they would have actually annoyed me, because it's like, why are you asking a question instead of getting me an ambulance? So if someone did do that, I would reach into the cavity in my stomach and like grab a bunch of blood and just smear it on their face. Cause like what's wrong with you? If you're asking me if I'm bleeding out on the side of the road, you know, get me help instead. Oh. Like... No, here's the second question. Would the crazed if they're crazed enough to go up to someone to ask if how it feels to be hit by a car, and then they got blood smeared on their face, would they be sane enough to be worried about STDs or STIs? Or would they just continue with a bit and just keep on asking? I don't even know how we got to this section. I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but I thought it was pretty fun. But man, we're supposed to be figuring out what kind of project I'm going to be working on next. We probably continue with a bit. We'd be like, yes. Well, this tastes like type A blood. I see. Well, unfortunately, I've tasted all the samples at the blood bank, and they don't have any more A positive blood. Oh, It'd be... Oh my god. Imagine that's like the way you figure out your blood type, though. Someone like goes and licks the blood that's like dripping from you, and they're like, "Oh, you're O negative. Yeah, we're not gonna have any of that at the hospital, so no blood transfusions. You're fucked, man." It's like, no, no. But like, who would do it? Okay, you can't say who would do that. I imagine there'd be so many edgy teenagers who would probably do, like, you know the goth emo kids who, like, you don't see nowadays? They're like a dying breed. But, like, I would just imagine one of them would probably, like, take, like, their finger and, like, drag it through, like, your injury and, like, lick it and be like, tastes exquisite. I don't know. Kind of a little bit of a freak if you ask me. I personally wouldn't do that. I'd be worried about STIs. Because, you know, I myself do not have not the dying breed stuff. Oh, you got the joke. That was not a snort. That was my tongue got caught on the top of my throat and I nearly choked. That's what that was. But like, you don't see them anymore. They used to be the most entertaining people ever, right? Because, like, let's be honest, it's sad when someone is depressed, but like, sometimes they say the funniest stuff, right? Because I used to have a bunch of friends who were depressed, and I did my best to help them out, and currently they're not depressed. Hopefully they're not depressed. Because he was still talking last night to another friend. But, like, sometimes they're just, like, they're, like, wild, right? Because I had one friend who was like, "Hey, so, Chess, I have this really, really heavy math textbook. Want to drop it on my head from the second floor?" And I just stopped eating food. I just, like, turned to look at him. I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No! And they're just like, "Why not?" And I'm just like, what do you mean, why not? I don't want to get arrested, motherfucker. Like, what? What kind of question is that? Like... and he would probably do that, like, 30 more times across the rest of, like, those 2 years, or whatever. And then the next 2 years he was fine. I think he's still fine. Well, I guess, can you really be fine if you like real-time strategy? Maybe that's why I'm so fucked up, because I play real-time strategy games. I swear, I play, for some reason, I've been getting into, like, I used to be so into shooters. Like, Apex, and, well, not really Valorant, because I never really liked Valorant, but, like, Apex, Hitman, stuff like that, and they're still pretty fun, but like, I don't really play them nowadays, because the genres I normally play now are just roguelike, turn-based JRPGs, and a little bit of real-time strategy, and that's, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me, how varied my taste got. Because it used to be, like, action-packed all the time, and now it's just, like, turn-based. And I feel like maybe I'm getting old or something, right? It's like, oh, my feeble little brain, it can't keep up with all the moving pictures. I'm becoming like my mom. I'm gonna start throwing up from, like, playing not top-down video games. Being real, just have you played Have a Nice Death? No, but I think I do have it. That's the one where you play as Death, and he goes around to all of his, like, coworkers or whatever, and he beats the shit out of them, right? I feel like you could probably report that to HR. I don't know. Like, imagine you work at a job though, and you sign this contract. Yep, nice. I didn't know what you're talking about that. But imagine you get signed up for this job, and you're like, "Oh sweet, I got a job," and you just sign off on the papers, like, "Whoa, there's my name," and then secretly in like the little small writing. The microscopic shit on the contract. It says, if you're not working hard enough, your boss can beat the shit out of you. Like... Like, that would be so fucked up. That would be way worse than workplace harassment, man. That's workplace assault at that point. Because isn't that what he's doing in Have a Nice Death? He's just beating the fuck out of his coworkers. Is he actually killing his coworkers? I don't know. There's this movie where everyone like works in this one building, and then it's like it turns out it wasn't like their work is meaningless because they're all just guinea pigs. Because one day all the shutters and shit are closed, and then there's like this gas that's introduced into the building, and once it enters the human body, it makes them go berserk and insane and start attacking people like zombies, but if they knew how to use weapons. And I don't remember what it's called, but I feel like do you think Have a Nice Death is based off that movie? I don't know what that movie's called. But like I think the plot twist at the end was it wasn't just one building, it was like several buildings across the wherever the fuck they were that were introduced to the gas. Kind of like the Fallout vaults. You know how like fucking weird they are. Like that one vault where they just like put that one dude in there, and then he just had like a box of puppets and he just went insane. I feel like that's the thing though, right? Because if you're a streamer it's so good, very fun. That's good. I'm glad you enjoy beating up the coworkers. I imagine it's very cathartic. The fight sounds very smooth. I saw the fight smell does look really smooth actually. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Was Fallout puppets? Oh, if you think about it, that's what streamers are basically. We're just like talking to puppets, and like we're just imagining chat's like this one giant puppet that's like talk. Because you're basically messaging what the puppet is saying right now, right? And I'm taking that into my brain and acting as if you're actually fucking talking to me when you are not. Because like the streamers are just slowly going insane. I think it'd be really funny in the future to just like see an asylum in the future, like 20 years down the line, and it's just full of streamers. It's like people in like straitjackets rocking back and forth being like, what was that, chat? Do you say try not to laugh challenge? Cause like if anyone's going schizo, it's gonna be a streamer, man. Former streamers in asylum. Yeah. Well, cause like that's how it's gonna go. You know, like we laugh at that now, but we're gonna end up seeing me in an asylum probably. Hopefully not, but maybe. Although it might be for other reasons. I don't know. I'm not sure if I feel like I mentioned this several times, but my mom tends to read some real weird stuff because she read, she was the one who got... Who's the famous horror manga artist? That'd be a fun horror game prompt. Oh, an asylum of streamers. Oh, the horror. They like to do tricks for donations. But who's the guy who made Uzumaki and Hellstar Remina, the horror manga artist? Shinji Ito. That's what it is. Shinji Ito. So my mom has like, she bought Uzumaki. For some reason, I never want to read that, but she bought Uzumaki. And that wasn't even the start of it. That wasn't even the end of it. That was just in the middle, right? Because she also, at some point in time, she also bought 7 different ways to use human cadavers. And the last 2 Christmases, she's asked for axes. And so now she has 2 axes. I don't think she's ever used them before, but she has 2 axes now. And a karambit. So it's you know, it's just a little weird. But like for someone like that though, she actually really dislikes the Alien franchise because of chest bursters. They apparently scarred her as a child. and Chucky, the doll thing, which is why we don't have many dolls in the house. If we do have a doll, it's a plushie, right? But like, you know, if that's any indication of how I grew up, then that's an indication of how I grew up. Because like, here's the thing though. What's the point about being normal? Being normal is so fucking boring, right? If you're especially if you're going to be an artist, you should at least be creative enough to be a little weird, right? That's why Shinji Ito wears the cat ears, you know? And the dude Fujimoto, the guy who made Chainsaw Man, why he tried to levitate, and there's a video of him trying to levitate on YouTube. Chucky stared the shit at me in the beginning. Well, yeah, because you're a kid, you know? I don't know, you're probably like 2 when you saw that. I lost the, oh, there it is. Sorry, I've been fiddling with my tablet pen. But like, Chucky, to me, he's just ugly. Hey, listen, I know you're younger than me. I'm allowed to say that. Right? If it were someone like Ariel, who's so much older than me, I wouldn't be able to, well, I mean, I have called her a child before. No, I guess I just call everyone kids. No. Well, here's the thing. You have to prove to me that you're actually worthy of being called an adult. And even then, kind of, well, let's be honest, being adult is kind of fucking boring. Like, yeah, it's, okay, actually, no, I take that back. Being a fucking high schooler sucks, and being someone who's given up on life and is old is not great. But when you're in your prime, I'm also not a horror junkie. Well, yeah, that's fair, but like, you know, you can get some horror movies under your belt, just like some of the simple ones, like Cabin in the Woods. That one's a good one. You know what else? You know what else is comedy horror? Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. There you go. Oh yeah, I remember, like, every time I think about how difficult college is, I always think back to high school, and I'm just like, man, high school fucking sucked. Like, I wasn't even picked on. I wasn't even the victim of anything. It's just like, there were just so many cliques and groups and shit and niches that were like, that had all these strange ass kids. And the thing is, there were strange kids, yes, but there were also really annoying popular kids. And that, I feel like that is the main reason I didn't like high school, because the popular kids were so annoying. Because they were, not only were they popular kids, but there were two types of popular kids. There were the annoying popular kids, and there were the class clown popular kids, right? And as it was an experience, oh man, it was a fucking disgusting trip. I think basically my first year of high school feels like a fucking fever dream, right? Maybe the first 2 years, because I don't even remember like anything about it. I only remember English class and history class, and that's about it, right? Because with English class, I remember it not being bad until my second year, where it got really bad because I switched to honors, and I hated that. And in history class, I don't remember my first history teacher. I remember my second history teacher, because the second history teacher I had, he was like, he would always be like, you guys are the next generation, and when I'm gone and dead and dust, you guys will be the one to take care of this world, right? And he kept on saying how he kept on going off about how he would be like dust or whatever, and he looked like he was 30, right? He didn't look that old. Kananezi claimed I was fucking in high school. I don't see it. See, one person claimed I was cool in high school, and I too also don't see it. Because like, what did I do in high school? I just never talked to anyone outside of like 4 people, and then I fenced. Those are like the only 2 things. Yeah, I was really good at archery. I was better than most other people in archery, but like, that was about it. I feel like for you though, you're not like one of the, I feel like for you, you'd probably be like one of the like theater kids, right? And I don't mean that in the bad way, because I've never had like Because for me, there was never a theater club. Well, was there a theater club? I don't think there was a theater club. But like, when I imagine theater kids, I don't see them as not popular. I see them as like existing in like a small group. That's what I think of, right? Or like a band kid. You would be a band kid. I feel like you'd be a band kid. You'd be playing like the clarinet or the trombone or something. Or the trumpet. Which one's heavier, the trombone or the trumpet? You'd be playing the trumpet because it's lighter. There you go. Or a clarinet. I don't know. I could probably see you with a clarinet. You weren't what, a theater kid or a band kid? This is very important information. In high school I never played an instrument. I didn't feel like it. Not only that, I also just didn't like instruments at the time. I was forced to play either? You weren't either? Oh my god, were you an orchestra kid? Did you play volleyball? I feel like you're the culinary kid. Oh, did you help the lunch ladies out with like making food? I never had a culinary club. I remember one time in my middle school though, we had I was in a Mandarin class, and because there's no home ec in that middle school, because like the teacher fucking left or something, the Mandarin class was in the home ec room, and so one day, no, you were in the culinary class. Well, maybe you're just the teacher's pet and there you go, the librarian, the library kid. There you go. But we would have the Mandarin class in like the home ec room, and like one day per school year, we would just like the teacher would like bring in food or like ingredients and stuff, and we would like use the kitchen to like prepare like dumplings and stuff, and it was like really good. I liked it a lot. My mouth is drooling now. But like, it was a really fun time. Do I miss the class? Not really, personally, because I didn't like learning a different language. Being a TA let me skip classes at least. See, for high school, I don't think we ever had a teacher's assistant. We just had like students, I guess. I don't know. We definitely had like the honors kids, but honors kids were like, you know, regular kids, because it was a pretty competitive high school, and I really didn't like that. I don't know. I'll get into high school more when it's a lot further away in terms of time for me, because I can't let myself be too doxed yet. But yeah, it was, I don't know, there's good parts and bad parts about high school, but for the most part it kind of just sucks, and I don't think anybody wanted to be in high school. Like, nobody wants to be there, right? Everyone who had study hall as their last class of the day would just fucking leave school. It was just how it was. There's a hierarchy in your high school. Oh shit, the classic high school hierarchy. See, I actually, the unspoken hierarchy. See, because for me, there was, yes, except it was just two parts. It was popular kids, and then everyone else. At least that's how I saw it. I feel like that's how I saw it. Because there was the popular kids, right? It was very much so like, these are the popular kids. And then I also, you could recognize them because of how they acted. And so I would just take one look at them and I'll be like, I don't like them. They're so annoying. Because they would just keep on talking about how they would like maybe do something to someone. Like, oh, what if you pour water on this person? Or what if you throw an eraser at this person? Or what if you throw chicken tenders in this person's backpack because it'd be a funny joke in the football table? And it's like, why would you do that, football kids? Come on. They weren't even popular. The football kids were fucking dumb as shit. And I'll tell you what, everyone looked down on the football kids because they sucked. Right? That's how I remember the football kids. Being dumb little idiots who would throw chicken tenders in each other's backpacks. One time they threw a chicken tender and it hit me in the back. I turned around and I just glared at one of them until he like shrunk down into his seat. And I turned back around and continued doing what I was doing. I think I was just drawing. But yeah, I don't know. They're super annoying. But everyone else was pretty much on like the same level, I would say, because because to me it didn't seem like there was any. I mean, I might be oblivious because I don't remember most of high school. I actively tried to forget it. To you though, high school was very close to, because you know, you being a youngster, it's what, like been 10 years since you went to high school. That's like pretty soon, pretty early. Ours was a student government, then the band kinds, the clubs, the popular kids, the sports teams, seniors, juniors, freshmen, sophomores. Man, the popular kids are in the middle? Right below the clubs? Damn. The clubs hold power, and the band holds more power than... I guess it's because the band has more people, right? Because, like, I've seen bands with, like, hundreds of students in them. I'm just like, how the fuck does that work? Like you see this all the time on YouTube videos. It's just like, there's like a bunch of them, and you're like, how the fuck do they coordinate everything? But I guess that also means that the band kids have like an army to like lob at the clubs and the popular kids and the sports teams. Yeah, because the sports teams only have like a certain set amount, right? But the band kids have like everyone. The band was the hype, so everyone saw them everywhere. See, for us, it wasn't about anything being good. It was about things being bad, right? The football kids were bad because they sucked at the sport, right? Yeah, I don't remember anything else. These 3 students who were under Gov and above band. Really? Were they like the delinquents? No one could control them except for the student government because like they were outlaws. You know, they would vandalize people's faces. They would throw chalk in the trash can. They would throw people in lockers. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, you know, lockers nowadays are kind of small because like unless you're like a small, gangly, thin kid, you're not gonna be able to fit in a locker, are you? Cause like I feel like lockers have just gotten thinner now. Cause like what can you put in a locker? A backpack, maybe a small backpack. Maybe like a binder. 1 or 2 binders, not 3 though. Definitely not 3. 3 is too much for a locker. Maybe 1 textbook. Man, I remember, like, my last day of middle school, I threw up. Because I went to the nurse's office, I went to the bathroom, I just threw up all over the toilet seat because I didn't have time to open the toilet. Like, it was so gross too, because there are like chunks of bell peppers and shit just everywhere. I'm just like, that's horrible. So the school nurse, so I like came out of the bathroom because like it was a bathroom connected directly to the school nurse's place. I came out of the bathroom and I'm just like, yeah, I just threw up. Can I go home? And they're like, oh, yeah. And then as I'm leaving, I remember this very, very clearly. As I'm leaving, a teacher who I know passes by me and they're like, oh, Chess, did you turn in all your textbooks and stuff? I'm just like, I think so. I'm fairly certain I did, but I feel like I might have left a textbook in the locker somewhere. Which also reminds me, my brother he's so fucking gross. Because my brother would he wanted to see how disgusting a locker could get, or something like that. And so he took cheese, like string cheese, and just put it in his locker in the beginning of the year and just left it in there for like a year. And it was horrible. Like what is he thinking? I don't know. I genuinely couldn't figure that out. Like, I guess he wants to make it so that the locker's fucking disgusting and nobody can use it now, but like, oh no, man. That's kind of disgusting, if you ask me. I don't know, what was the worst? Because, oh my god, in high school, the amount of shit that just covers the bathroom walls is so disgusting. Because, like, for some reason, there's just people who think that's funny. And I don't understand it. Like, Because there's so many trends, right? There's like the TikTok trends, there are like the regular school kid trends, there are YouTube trends, and like a lot of them were just so annoying. Because I remember well, I don't remember it, but like I know the devious lick thing, the one where the kids steal random school shit. I remember that was annoying because I was told by an underclassman in fencing that when it happened, they had to teachers would have to like stop letting kids into like certain bathrooms, like it was just like that bathroom was closed because someone stole like the hand sanitizer dispenser. Those 3 students were in charge of the cliques, the fuckboys, and the delinquents and the preps. Oh my god. Let me tell you, the fuckboys are the most annoying. There's 2 types of fuckboys, right? At least in high school. There's the actual fuckboys who are so annoying and they're fucking dickwads, and then there's the fake fuckboys who like claim they do everything, and they're probably more annoying but less physically painful than the real ones. They stole her door in the bath. They stole. That's wild. See, cause like, I don't think they could get away with it in my school. I don't think so. Cause my school had like had security officers who would just like walk around the fucking bottom and top floor of all the different floors in the high school. Hello, Robin. How's it going? Hopefully you're having a good day. Are you drawing? Well, I'm in the process of making a thumbnail for this current stream because I forgot. So I was in charge of preps and I made the fuckboy chef where it means in charge of the preps. Well, like the preparatory kids? Yeah, see, I would just ignore that. Like I had the perfect ability, and it was pretty good to me, right? The ability to have people not want to talk to me, right? I feel like to most people that'd be really sad, except for the fact that I actively didn't want people talking to me in high school because they were so annoying. Like all the regular, the fencing kids were fine, I like talking to them, right? And the people who are friends with, they know me, but like anyone else, I'm good, just really tired. Well, make sure you get some sleep at some point. I tried, but they were everywhere. There are that many fuckboys, man. That's rough. And most people in high school were scared of me. They were scared of you? They're so annoying? Well, yeah, of course. I feel like most people in high school are annoying. They're trying to find themselves, They're like in the stage of like, oh, who am I? I'm going through puberty. I want to crash a car. That's the kind of kids that are in high school. And they're just, they're all annoying. Let's be honest. They're all annoying. Right? And it's not their fault. Well, okay, it kind of is their fault because they are annoying. But like, that's just life. One of the saddest parts about life, going through high school. How are they scared of you though, Insanity? I don't understand that. Like, did you like wear horns or something? Did you dress really edgily? Like, why were they scared of you? And if they were scared of you, why were they trying to fuck you? What? Is it like that suspension bridge effect? Where it's like, oh, I'm scared, fall in love. You see, the only reason why people had me so high on the hierarchy is because I had a rep back in middle school, and I carried over because the people who went to middle school with me carried that reputation with me. I see. You must have been like the fucking student council president in middle school. You didn't take shit in middle school. You would whenever there's a delinquent, you would show up in their house and brand them. You would take one of the pokers and you would just like carve in this person's a delinquent right on their forehead. And you struck fear into everyone you knew, and that carried over to high school. Is that why they're so scared of you? I really can't imagine that, though. You don't... I don't know, you just don't seem the scary type, though. I want a peaceful high school experience. See, I feel like I had a relatively peaceful one, aside from, you know, people throwing chicken tenders at my back accidentally, because it was accidental. And all the times people spilled water and nearly hit my book, because that one was annoying. I don't know, people are weird, you know? Like, why, like, when I pull out the books, why are you all of a sudden spilling tomato soup and water everywhere, you know? Why are you doing that? That's, you know... I don't know, personally, I feel like I got a pretty decent, peaceful high school experience. Not the best high school experience, because I don't think anyone can say they got the best high school experience. Even like valedictorians, because valedictorians and salutatorians have to work so fucking hard to like be where they are that I'm not even impressed. I'm just kind of pitying them. I'm like sad for them. But no, there were so misconceptions with my rotation that at some point some sophomores made a rumor that for freshmen had to seek my approval to have a good high school year. You weren't even student council president? Were you just God? Or in the student council? Like, some sophomores made a rumor that freshmen had to seek your approval. So what they're saying is, like, you're Jesus. You're high school Jesus. And if they don't get your approval, then, you know, the Vatican will seek them out and exorcise them. Is that right? I just can't believe that. I don't know, like, I don't think you're lying to me, because I don't think you'd have the guts to lie. But, like, apparently. But, like... well, like, that's astounding. I don't know, I will say, in middle school, though, for some reason, everyone knew my fucking name. I don't know how or why. They would just say hi to me in the hallways, and then I'd be like, hi! And I would just, like, continue walking, and in my head, I'd be like, I have no idea who they are. Why are they talking to me? Like, I don't know who you are. You don't play Dungeons and Dragons with me. You don't, like, in my connection of, like, friends, they don't exist, and they're saying hi to me, and I have no idea who they are. As a junior, I absolutely loathed the freshmen. Well, yeah, because that's you know, there's this kid, right, who, well, because, like, you would always hate I'm just saying this generally, but people would always hate the underclassmen, because the underclassmen are always annoying, right? So not mention all these children trying to be chummy are disgusting scenarios. Ah. But, like, no, I can understand being disgusted with them, because they're annoying. Personally, I didn't mind them. You know, as long as they were in fencing, I didn't mind them. That's a thing. You have to be in fencing, otherwise you will not get my approval. Man, if people started a rumor where freshmen had to get my approval to have a good high school year, there would be so many more kids in fencing, man. You want to have a good year in high school? Join fencing. Do fencing. Hey, make sure you fence. Hey, I didn't see you at fencing practice. I curse you. But, like, there's this, in middle school, there's this kid, I don't even remember his fucking name, he just had a stupid face, but he was 1 year older than everyone else in this one class. And he would be like, oh, all these sevies, and because, like, we were in 7th grade or something, he was in 8th grade, and he'd be like, all these fucking sevies, and he'd be, like, saying it like it was, like, a fucking insult. And then we'd all just look at him and be like, why are you calling us sevies? And then he has to, like, explain this nickname or whatever. And it's like, oh yeah, it's because you're 7th graders that you're sevies. And then we'd all just start calling him that. You start calling him 80? Which I feel like is kind of more insulting than Sevi's. Like, hey 80, how's it going over there? Like he's fucking old with a cane or something. But yeah, but no, in middle school my rep had me in the ranks of quote-unquote demons. That doesn't make sense, and I carried over. That doesn't make sense. Did you beat the shit out of people? I think I'll go to sleep now. Make sure you do, and I hope you have good dreams, Robin. Dream of tasty pancakes, because pancakes are better than waffles. Dream of tasty pancakes with syrup on them. There are 9 placements. 9 placements of what? Like, angels, demons, devils, humans, subhuman, waffles, freshmen, and then like shit stains. I don't know what the fuck I did. Well, you had to do something. It's no use figuring it out now, but we can speculate, you know? We can use our imaginations. And we could be like, oh yeah, what did Insanity do in the past? Well, in my imaginary memories, I see Insanity just in the library with a stool to reach up on the shelf, and then they pushed over a shelf and it landed on like the delinquent kids and they crushed them all and they had to go to the hospital, and now he's feared by all the delinquents because he managed to break the ribs out of like all the delinquents. It was mainly with the people I surround myself. It was the main speculation. Yeah, I feel like it's... Oh! Sorry, my parents were messaging me about streaming subscriptions. Yeah, okay. But, oh, since in middle school I was a Shire one. You're like the Hobbit. That makes sense with your height. But... But no, it makes sense because like when you're the less talkative one out of the group, it's more so the people who are talkative that'll let other people know about things. I like talking to people. What coincidence? Me neither. I mean, okay, to be fair, I like talking to chat because chat's really nice, right? Really nice when they're being nice, and they're really mean when they're annoying. But then, the good part about chat is they're not actively talking to me, so I can kind of ignore some of you guys sometimes. Like, what if I just didn't read any of your messages and I just kept on talking about puppets? Yeah. But no, okay, listen, I'll be honest. Talking to people online is so much better than talking to people in person. Like, you probably won't be able to find, like, a whole lot of good friends online. Like, you still can, right, online. It's just harder. Because you don't know if the person's a fucked up freak, right? But like talking to people in person is kind of just like such a hassle. Like even friendships in person are so much harder to maintain because you already have the notion of meeting them in person and you have to like actively talk to them in person to like keep on being friends. And that's like the hardest part about it because like online you can just talk to someone and you just like write a message and then like 10 hours later the other person responds and then 10 hours later you respond, and like that's such an easy relationship to maintain. It's so much easier. At the end of middle school I claimed 3rd placement according to the one keeping track of that. I think the one keeping track of that should eat their own spreadsheet because that sounds kind of dumb. Like if you have to keep a placement of the hierarchy, does a hierarchy really exist? Right? Like if they weren't keeping track of it, then does it really exist? It's like Schrodinger's cat, except with just high school hierarchies, which I guess doesn't make really much sense, but still. I don't know. I don't think we ever had someone keep track of that in high school. Certainly not in middle school. I think in middle school everyone was kind of just dumb. I don't think anybody. Well, okay, wait, no. In middle school, there were bullies, yes. They didn't bully anyone around me, though. Like, physically in my sight around me, which was nice. I mean, because I never had to deal with it. I don't fucking know why or when it started, but people I didn't know who the fuck they were spoke to me. Yeah, oh my god, it's so weird when they do that. Because it's like... Because nowadays, even with fencing, it's just like some people will just say hi to me, and I'll be like, oh, hi. And I'll turn around, and I'll like look back, and I'll turn back around, and I'll be like, who the fuck were they? Why'd they say hi? I don't remember that person. Like, I don't know, man. But like, I don't know, I guess no matter where you are, as long as you're in a social environment, like a school or something, people are bound to say hi to you at some point. Unless you're like the freak who like did something really bad. And then in high school, if you ever... she literally just had to scare me and suddenly everyone knew who she... Oh. Really? Is it just that easy? Glasses librarian kid, short. Everyone recognizes you. Well, I guess if you're like one of the few librarian kids. I don't know. I don't think there were any librarian kids in my high school, because no one would really go to the library except for like to classes, because there were some classes that you had to get to through the library. I will say the library was cool though, because the new librarian who became librarian halfway through my high school time, she decided to get manga for the library. Even though I will say her choice of manga was kind of weird, because her favorite manga, according to her, was Death March to Infinite Parallel World Rhapsody, or whatever it's called. And I was like, why is that your favorite? And I like looked at her and I was like, I can't imagine you liking that. And then she, like, at some point, I recommended her some stuff. And I was like, oh hey, you should get the Saga of Tiny Evil and Tokyo Ghoul. And she was like, oh, is any of that bad stuff? You know, we shouldn't have anything that's like bad here. And I was like, you already have Promised Neverland, man. You can get Tokyo Ghoul and and the Saga of Tiny Evil. That wasn't even what I was known for, methinks. Only a couple people know as librarian. Really? What, did they never go to the library? That makes sense, actually. No one ever goes to the library nowadays. I feel like that's one of the best parts about the library nowadays. Or like bookstores in general. Nobody fucking goes. It's sad to see that they're dying out. But, on the plus side, less people go. There is actually talk, I don't know when it's being implemented, or if it already has been implemented, but I remember someone talking about how Barnes & Noble got like a new change in management, and how most of the Barnes & Noble stores will change to become more like a bookstore, rather than like a toy shop with like a cafe and books occasionally, which I think is nice. I think it's a good direction. I would skip in the library to not deal with people. Oh, so they would all be in class when you're in the library, and when they're in the library, you'd be like, not in the library. I get you. And also because teachers brought lunch there, and I was able to take some. Oh shit, like a little mini quiche. I could go for a quiche, man. I feel like one of those rat creatures from Bone. More people need to know Bone, okay? Bone is such a great graphic novel series. It has like nine books or something, 7 or 9, but like it's fucking good. It starts off like a children's book, like a children's graphic novel, but then people die, man. It's hardcore. And there's like the rat creatures, the rat monsters, and those guys are so cool. They got really fucked up looking hands though. Like they're, man. Rat creatures and their quiche. And like, what's a king's name? King Doc. I think his name was. Yeah. I don't think I remember. Yeah! I was never much into the sequel because the sequel was not a graphic novel. It was like an actual 3 novels. But yeah, so you enjoyed them. People should read Bone more. Bone was really fun. I really liked it because of like the entire story of Bone was actually really nice. Right? Because it follows these 3 little scuttly creatures that are like cartoon comic characters, and then they just go into this world of fantasy where it's like these actual humans are just there, and they're just like, what the fuck? Why are you like putting them next to each other? These like little cartoon things, and the humans, and then the rat creatures. Yeah, I think I like the rat creatures the most because they were fun. What's a baby rat creature's name? Darb? I don't remember his name. But he was like the best part. Like the rat creatures were really fun. But yeah, you know what? We need a show based around Bone. There's 10 books. That's what it was. 10 books. You know what else? I need to get back onto reading Amulet. I stopped at like book 7 or 8, maybe 6, whichever one had the orange cover. That's the one I stopped at. But I remember reading Amulet too, because it's also a graphic novel. You know, I was a fucking kid at the time. Don't blame me for reading this shit. But like, they're good books. They're like good graphic novels. Bone and Amulet were really good. Although I will say, if you read Amulet, be prepared for someone to call you a furry, because there's a lot of fucking furries in that one, man. It follows like 3 actual humans, and there's elves, and then there's furries, and there's nothing else in between. There's no dwarves. Well, there might be dwarves. I don't remember, but like I don't remember any dwarves. I don't remember any gnomes. I don't remember any orcs. I just remember humans, elves, and furries. And it was a good series. It was like really interesting from the get-go, right? Because the underside of my desk mat is sticky. That's gross. I need some like white bed. I don't have anything like that at the moment. But I highly recommend Amulet as a close second to Bone for graphic novels. I don't know. I wasn't really. There's a lot. I need to finish this. There's a lot of graphic novels that I kind of just There's a lot of graphic novels I kind of just didn't really pay attention to. I guess is the word. Pay attention to. I guess I just didn't remember a lot of them, right? Because Bone and Amulet were good. I remember that, but I also remember reading Nimona, which didn't really stick out to me until the movie came out. The movie was actually pretty decent. It wasn't the best, but it was okay enough. The graphic novel of Nimona, well, I feel like they're like 2 completely different stories. But I remember reading the graphic novel of Nimona, and it was pretty good. Right. What else was there? In terms of graphic novels. There's like the Artemis Fowl graphic novels. Those are fun. Not as fun as the books though. The actual books of Artemis Fowl were really good. They fucked up the movie so hard. It's not even a joke how bad the movie is. But the books of Artemis Fowl were so good. Because I think my favorite would be the blue one. The Eternity Code, I think it's called. Or also like the Demon Colony one. I forget what that was. I don't remember a lot of the names. Yeah, those were. I'm gonna dip for a bit to yell at people, Catman. Good luck, you got this. Don't worry, I'll be ending pretty soon as soon as I get this thumbnail out and I figure out what to do for my next project. Now have a good day. If you haven't had a good day, hopefully it gets better. Hopefully you guys have a good week. I think I'm gonna color this light lightly. But yeah, people are oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, I think people just need to read graphic novels more, because I feel like there's so few of them now that are coming out. At least like anything that like catches my eye. Because like, when was the last time anyone's heard of like a good graphic novel that like came out recently? Because I sure haven't. Like, I don't know. Like, to be fair though, manga definitely has replaced graphic novels, which I don't really mind, because manga is good depending on the story. But like, we still need some of that, you know, some of that graphic novel energy. You know, and I feel like, okay, I say that we need more original graphic novels, because adaptations of things are kind of rough. Because there's like the Percy Jackson graphic novels and like the Artemis Fowl graphic novels, and like, yeah, they're okay, but like, they're not the greatest. And I would rather have original works for graphic novels than just like a redux of the same stories said over and over again. I don't know, it just seems kind of lazy. But I guess it also means people have to come up with really good stories in order for a graphic novel to be made. Actually, I don't even know how graphic novels are made. Does someone like come up to a studio with like a story or something? Or do they like just draw out everything? I guess they should draw out everything, shouldn't they? But I guess that means that we just don't have too many people who are interested in drawing them, right? Which is a shame. And we really should have more people interested in drawing graphic novels. Because like, if people are already so interested in like reading manga and stuff, they could probably read a graphic novel. Like, I don't think that's too far of a leap. You just gotta make it good. But to be fair, there's a lot of manga now with like a bunch of different premises and like ideas and all that, making it quite a bit harder to figure out. But no matter what you do, there's always going to be an idea that's like somewhat similar. So you can always take like something that's like somewhat similar and make it your own. Because I have this graphic novel like book thing, and it's like a fucking thick thing, and it was all about fairy tales drawn in a different like perspective. Like, Little Mermaid set with like realistic mermaids or something, or Humpty Dumpty, but it's in space or stuff like that. I don't know. I need to find that again, because that was a good book. And really weird though, but like, it was fun. It was fun to read. Because like, new takes on old things is basically what we as humans do just all the time. Because it's nothing new that we've done. Because Disney does it all the time with their remakings of the Brothers Grimm's tale. Like that, because that's why Cinderella, her stepsisters don't cut off their feet in the original. Or, well, they do cut off their feet in the original, but they don't cut off their feet in the Disney movie. That's what it was. You know, gotta keep it PG for the kids. Can't have little bits of heels and toes come out. Fine. I don't know. We definitely need more of that stomp. Because, like, nothing's gonna really be fully original, right? You're just gonna want to hope that, that it's original enough and fun enough that someone's going to want to watch it. Or read it. You know what I mean. Like, My Hero Academia is based off of American comic books, man. Like, it's not the most original idea. And, like, going to a school for, like, being different, that's also probably not an original idea. But they made it work. You know, as much as I don't like the fan base, they made it work. I don't know, what else? Because, oh yeah, okay. Another great one is Sword Art Online and Overlord. Both of them have, like, the same beginning premise of, like, oh, stuck in a video game, you know, da-da-da-da-da, whatever, right? But they really change it for Overlord in a really good way. And how they did that was, instead of making the main character human, they made him a monster. And they made it so that instead of wanting to come back to reality, he wanted to continue in the fantasy world. Because it was a lot more fun than, you know, breathing in smog and shit. Because, like, it was a futuristic world, and the world kind of sucked. Right? Let's be honest, it's kind of where our world's heading right now. You know, if you need any reminders, there's an episode called The Faith in the Amazing World of Gumball. Watch the song. Is there something that's blinking? I think that's because my mouse was on something. But yeah, we just need more, because, like, nothing's gonna be original, or nothing's ever gonna be truly original, right? But we'll be able to, as long as you're able to make something fun, something a little bit different, you know, like Star Wars but with fish or something, you know, something different like that, then it'll be fine. Because this is a really bad example, but wasn't Twilight like a 50 Shades of Grey parody, but, like, with vampires or some shit? And this one series, the Shadowhunters series or something like that, it started off as a fan fiction between Ron and Ginny from Harry Potter. It's horrible, but, you know, that's just a show. Nothing's ever, like, the most original thing, and it doesn't have to be. We just gotta make sure it's fun enough for people to watch. That's why there's so many isekais. People eat that shit up like there's no tomorrow. That's why there's so many isekais. That's why I don't know, actually, I feel like that's part of the reason why people are enjoying regular fantasy stuff in anime more often nowadays. Because, like, yeah, there was this huge isekai craze for anime, and now it's just like, yeah, it still kind of exists, but we have Frieren and we have Dungeon Meshi, and those are both really good, but they're not isekai, they're just fantasy. So it's fun to see. Man, look at this thing. This thing looks disgusting. But why did I make this? I remember now. This is the thumbnail. What am I want to make it say something. Oh, man. And then we'll make it say, please help? There we go. Let me just save that real quick. Actually, what? How big is that? Because YouTube thumbnails can only be so big. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Oh, far hello! Make mine gone wrong. No, that's a thumbnail. Can you recognize it? No. I'm changing the thumbnail because I was lazy. Let's see, this one, because it's going on right now. Edit. And somewhere I'll be able to hopefully hit the thumbnail. There we go. There we go. Alright, hopefully that changed the thumbnail. Okay, it might take a little while, but hopefully that changed the thumbnail. But how's it going? Hopefully you're having a good day so far. And if not, hopefully the rest of your day is good. I don't know. We were just talking about random stuff. Why isn't the thumbnail changing? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, perfect. But we have the short coming out on Saturday. That's full of the 3D thing I did. So that means we're gonna have to figure out what to do this week. So I was gonna, you know what? I'm probably gonna end up going back to previous streams and just rewatching them and be like, oh, I remember this. This happened. Oh yeah, this thing. That was fun. And I'll probably just like record the audio or something and then make the animation from that. Cause like I really should try my best to make a bunch of these just so I have something to show for my portfolio. Because I feel like what I'm making isn't bad. It's not the best, but like I'm getting better at this specific thing. Because I haven't seen too many things like this. Like this, like how I've been doing it specifically. Because I've seen Deadly Comics do it. I've seen Amazing World of Gumball do it. Well, I've seen Deadly Comics do it too. Well, yeah. But like, there's not too many things, or there's not too many media things that like mix the two in such an obvious way. Are we able to fail by manage to get this damn thing? Oh, nice. Well, hopefully the week gets better. Hopefully your next week will be good. And good job on finding the birthday gift. Was I gonna say something? Oh yeah, there's two things that stand out to me that I use for reference when making these things. It's this guy called Deadly Comics, who makes a bunch of stuff. Specifically, one of them was I Fell in Love with a Girl. His little animation for that was really good. And then there's another one, which was called Queen Alouette, which is an instrumental song, where basically this little girl, who I'm assuming is Queen Alouette, takes all her little servants and soldiers for... Oh, not any right against the clock, so it'll be easier. Oh, that's good. But so basically, this little girl takes all her soldiers and servants for granted, and then one day she gets super upset at them all and just starts killing all of them, right? And then she wakes up. It's like, oh, none of my servants and soldiers, they're here to wake me up. And she's so glad that they're there. And then it zooms out and it turns out that her waking up was actually a puppet show because the real her is controlling the puppet show, and she's like going insane from the loneliness and shit, and she's like curled up in a blanket and like half smiling, going insane. I like that one. That one's fun. But I don't know. This is probably the first time when I've had the chance to do stuff like that. Well, not the chance. This is actually the second chance I had, because I had the chance to do 2D plus 3D stuff in a class. I just didn't have the time to do it. But now that I have the time, because I don't have any classes right now, it's summer break. It's so nice. So nice. It's going by too fast. It's so fast. Oh my god. I need to like actually pay attention. Oh my god. You know what's crazy? Have you guys ever like actually paid attention to what you're doing instead of turning your brain into autopilot? Because like normally I turn my brain into autopilot whenever I'm working or doing schoolwork and stuff, and then like all of a sudden my eyes will just like actually focus in on what I'm doing, and I'll be like, what the fuck? Where am I? I just did that just now. It's like awareness or whatever. Awareness of the present, which I do recommend in a way, because so the reason why it's like being aware in the present is so that you can focus on the present instead of like lackadaisically going through life and just like you don't remember anything that happened in the last 3 hours. Because if you actually focus on the present, you'll actually be able to focus on what the fuck is happening in front of you. So then, I'll actually be able to remember, oh, Farin and Sandy and Robin actually messaged in stream, instead of like later when I turn off stream going like, yeah, I forget what happened. I don't even remember what I did on stream. It's called That's Why You Need a Rest Before Working. It's also called that. But like, it's also just like, for me, how I do it, I literally just open up my eyes a little bit more. And then that's when I realized I haven't blinked in like 30 minutes. And then I need to like close my eyes again. I do that a lot with video games. But like, it's very useful for like bringing yourself into the moment, I think. It's weird because it's like, it sounds like some hippie shit, but like it really isn't. The rest of the stuff connected to it is kind of hippie shit. But like actually focusing on the present is a really good idea. Because like, what's gonna happen if you don't focus on the present and you're only worried about the future, and then all of a sudden you're an old person in a retirement home and you're like, fuck, I didn't pay attention. It's like why am I in a retirement home? I'm only 38. And it turns out you don't remember that you drove there to pick up your grandma or something. I cannot imagine living in a retirement home. I feel like that'd be too, like, I feel like that would be the lowest point for me. It's like, oh, Chess, here, your grandchildren are here. Say hello to Grandpa Chess in his fucking retirement home. He just shat himself. That'd be horrible. I don't know. I am kind of worried though, because I think dementia runs in the family. And I feel like I'm kind of going schizo a little bit, just a tad bit. Don't mention to anyone about that. It's it's not going the best. I'm still young and I'm feeling old. Both physically and mentally, I would say. I don't know, it depends, right? It depends on when it is. But normally, it's just like, oh, sand cats. I'm seeing sand cats again. That's not a good sign. That's a horrible sign. Why am I seeing sand cats again? Tyson, hello, how's it going? Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully you're having a good week. We just made I say we. I did the thumbnail. You guys didn't do any of the work. But yeah, the thumbnail was made recently. I would say in the last 7 minutes. Then the bird said, at least you have a chance at grandkids. That is true. Very slight chance. I don't know. I feel like in like the next few generations, though, the world is gonna get so fucked up. Would it even be worth bringing grandchildren just to suffer for like 3 years and then burn to death because the ozone layer has died out? Maybe it'd be worth it. Or you're French. You ever see that French film that's like, with time travel and shit about the World War III or something? And it's like this guy's first memories in his entire life was this woman screaming and this man being shot and dying. And then like, a few years later, he's like in an underground area that's being controlled by the evil country or whatever, and they're like doing experiments on people, and so they did an experiment on him and sent him back in time, or sent his mind back in time to like experience the past or something. And so like he goes back in time and he meets this woman, and then he gets brought back into present time, and then this keeps on happening forwards and backwards until one day he gets sent into the future, where these future people are like, here man, have this technology to go wherever you want in time. So he goes back to the woman, and then one of the people from present time goes back in time and fucking shoots him, and that's when he realizes that he was the man he saw when he was a kid that was being shot when the woman was screaming, and the woman was his lover. That was a really weird movie. It's really old. It's like black and white. I don't remember how long it is. I don't remember what it's called. Wait. I had to watch that for a class though. Was it a good movie? No, it wasn't. I'll be honest, it wasn't. I don't even remember why we watched it. Because it was for a video editing class. I don't know, man. Sometimes you just watch things, and like, what do you get from it? Sometimes nothing but fun. And sometimes you don't even get fun. And that's the sad thing. Man, that Godzilla movie though, am I right? Man, I want good movies again. Like, cause I've been looking around, poking through a bunch of streaming services recently, trying to find more movies to watch. And like, there's just nothing that interests me. And I guess I might be too picky, but it's all just like the Kardashians or true crime or stuff like that. And it's like, I don't really want to watch any of that stuff. I just wanna chill, rest, and watch some cool action movie that's like, the stars like Sylvester Stallone or Bruce Willis or, stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I think one of the few things I have left to watch, that's like that I would consider an old movie would probably be Flash Gordon and Escape from New York. I think, or the only two ones I didn't watch there, I remember at least. Alright, but like all the streaming services nowadays, I'm just like looking at them and I'm like, I don't want to watch this stuff. And so now I'm just like, it's kind of weird because now that there's nothing to watch, from just like poking around and looking at things, I'm watching anime again. Because I've been watching Dungeon Meshi and Free Run. I was just say both of them are really good. Kind of worth it. But like, I've also recently, because I recently, I'm a guy who watches Disney movies, the good Disney movies. Because I recently rewatched Big Hero 6, Brave, what other Disney movie? I watched Coco for the first time. That was a good movie. And I've been rewatching Gravity Falls. I never realized when I was younger, but I guess Gravity Falls isn't actually as good as I thought. Like, it's good, yes, but it's not as good as I thought it was. Specifically because of the cringe that Dipper brings to the table whenever he's, like, trying to, romance Wendy. Because, like, watching that now is just like, Dipper, why are you being such a freak, man? Like, why? Yeah, I don't know. Like, when you're older and you just, like, watch stuff from your childhood, you're just like, man, it's either not as good or it's even better. There's, like, no in between, right? Because, like, I go back and watch The Amazing World of Gumball better than when I remembered seeing it originally. You know, I go back, watch Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, better than it was originally. You know, the original Ben 10, really good. Watching Ben 10 Alien Force, not as good. You know, and I'll be honest, I was never a big Steven Universe fan. I know a lot of people like Steven Universe. I never got into it. Gravity Falls is one of the fandoms I avoid, like vampire runs from holy stuff. That is true. The Gravity Falls fandom is super annoying. Because, like, I don't know, they're just... I don't know. Like, the conspiracy theory part is nice. Because, like, you wouldn't expect the conspiracy theory parts of fandoms to be good, but, like, the Gravity Falls one makes sense that it's good. It's good. Conspiracy theory part. Everything else about the fandom kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm not a big Steven Universe fan, because, like, a bunch of people really like it for some reason, and I'm just like, I watched a few episodes of it, and I'm just like, man, Steven is so dumb. Like, he's, like, it's wild to me why people watched it. Cause, like, I watched a decent chunk of it, and I'm just like, I still don't understand why people liked it. I guess it's because it has, like, certain values that people nowadays like. But, like, I wanted to see, you know, action, comedy, adventure, stuff like that. Stuff you just find in the Maze World Fall. But it's not found here. No sad stuff like that. Oh, well. I'll probably call it here for today, but thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Far. Thank you, Tyson. Thank you, Insanity. Thank you, Robin, for joining me today. And might talk about random things. What did we talk about? I probably should have been paying attention. I probably should have practiced mindfulness in the beginning of the stream. We talked about how high school was shit, though. I remember that part. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you. And hopefully you have a good day and week. Life advice. Watch the cartoons you're nostalgic for, because you should see if they're good or bad. Should not be like, oh, don't sweat it, man. Because goodbye. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So the new animation comes out on Saturday, so you guys should check that out. Well, Saturday or Sunday. I don't know how time zones work.